Welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. The whole of downtown Nashville likely still reverberating with the sounds of the Titans taking a field a moment ago. They're ready for football as their Titans are set to match up with the Los Angeles Chargers. Is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. A first look now for Darrington Evans. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Here's Tannehill. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Evans has got the first down and then some. The 20. Touchdown, Titans. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit, because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big play ability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone and tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 21. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Chargers. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield. Hopkins with the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6.
Chargers 7, Titans 6. Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Back to throw, Tannehill. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. They'll run on first down with Evans. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Evans. Wiggles free. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw here into the hands of Moore. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Off play action, Tannehill. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Chris Harris speeds in for the sack on the corner blitz.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. Want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Charger drive about to get going. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. On 2nd down, Eckler. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured up to the 9-yard run on the previous play. Getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And some room to roam now. And he will finally be taken down at the Titans' 13. 43 yards rushing for him now. And he's only carried the ball 4 times.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
Through 1 quarter, 9-7 our score. Strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easy.
He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is up to 5.
14, Titans 9. Dustin Hopkins is set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. He sets to fire deep, and that's caught inside the 35. A big play that time for the Titans. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On the give, this is Evans. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. Tannehill. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. And the accuracy lacking there for Zerline. It's off to the right. No good.
It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept in a lot of games. And now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other, rush coming, and he's taken down. That's sacked by the DN, Danico Autry.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 52 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open target here is Matthews. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. And got his man complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He finds his receiver Williams for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, though.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free. Obviously, a big play was needed, and you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a 1st down, but a big gain to boot.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Evans. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Darrington Evans, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Titans have made this a 1-score game. Zerline connects on the extra point, and this is back to a 5-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Here's Herbert. He'll fire this one deep for Eckler. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, L.A. Austin Eckler, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers get the quick strike touchdown. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead.
Makes the score Chargers 28, Titans 16.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Tannehill. And this is going to be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Jalen Guyton. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And I believe they've buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Tannehill's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Tannehill. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
On 2nd and 10, Herbert. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Herbert on 3rd and long from his own end zone. And this one is incomplete.
You're always thinking about picking up the first down, but in this case, they were thinking about something bigger. They were thinking about the home run shot and took it downfield. Unable to connect, but admire the effort.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. And what a golden break here. This ball is going to be touchdown, but just outside of the red zone. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
The final shot here before the break. Tannehill. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 46. And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. So we have reached halftime, intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Draw play, it's Eckler. Gets around him. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chatter right now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Herbert's throwing into the hands of his receiver, Guyton. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 43. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased.
Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Titans are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by Michael Davis. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Charger TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point good by Hopkins, and that will bump the lead up to 26. And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Michael Davis. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
On 1st down, Evans. Now Evans hit and the ball pops free. And picked up by the Chargers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free. That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw there complete to Allen. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Letting one go deep for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Titans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. And they'll begin on the ground here with Evans. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll go right back to Evans. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success.
And my goodness, another interception. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Herbert now. And he will find his man on the outside. And he is out of bounds here. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal. They'll run for it with Eckler. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Chargers get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
16. Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he had...
On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Titans are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Michael Davis. And the Chargers are going to get it back here just past the 35. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. The 71 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Left side, caught by Matthews. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big gain that time for the Chargers. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. The Chargers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now it's Herbert. Flushed out right. Got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. To throw is Tannehill. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete. The Titans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. Look at the big man rumble. Touchdown, Titans. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Zerline good with a PAT as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll make it 3rd and 1. False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. He's going to float this one deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Elijah Molden. And the Titans are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line. Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. 7 yards, the pickup there. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. He's airing it out for Williams. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On second down now, it's Evans. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. 130 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. 3rd and 2, Tannehill. He's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Once more, here's Eckler. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39.
Well, when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. On the give, this is Eckler. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Chargers, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville.